Korean wave is now a big trend, I guess, but I can't tell if it's truly big now in abroad. So, is there any case happening in your country because of K-pop?
It's already like it's so obvious.
Hey, it's the first time we all agree.
So there's those 13, 14-year-old girls in Russia, and they're obsessed with Korea because they watch too many dramas, they listen to too much K-pop. So all those girls, mainly 13, 14-year-old, and they listen to a lot of K-pop, and then they're like, I'm gonna go to Korea and meet my oppa.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
and then they start. But you know, the thing is that at first, a few years ago, it was like just like this subculture, very exclusive, and no one else knew about Korea.
You were a nerd if you like Korea and Japan.
But now it's spreading out, and more people are knowing about that, and more people get more interested in Korea. They're like, wow, there's this country that everyone is talking about. I'm gonna go there, and I'm gonna check myself, like
And find my oppa.
Right, and it doesn't matter if it's a guy or a girl. Like, I'm gonna find my oppa.
But there is this like belief, like if you go to Korea, you will meet the person, you will meet a celebrity.
Anywhere else in the world, you'd be like, oh, this is, propaganda. It's not like this. I mean, yes, Korea is not dramas, but to be honest, in such a small country, if you come to Seoul, you are bound to meet people because it's so small. You will see people, and because everyone's so into the trend, you will feel like you're in a drama. Why? Because you walk the street and the soundtrack of the drama that's hot right now is playing in every single store. So it does feel like you're in a drama for real.
But the problem is like the image Korea has right now. Because like if you keep watching dramas and you keep listening to K-pop, you dream about this romantic oppa with the flowers and I don't know what else.
That's you, right?
We are romantic, yeah.
But I know,
It's true.
I understand. But the problem is like if you come to Korea and you don't know fucking anything about the culture, the people, the language, and you just come here because you have this dream thing about of the oppa, of the I don't know, the soundtrack of the drama. Every time you kiss someone. No, that's not the wrong. Please don't come to Korea because we're already too many foreigners. Okay, don't come to Korea.
But this is how I came here,
Do
actually.
not come if you like K-pop and K-drama and that's your only interest. Please don't come to Korea. We don't give a fuck.
But that's the thing, if you don't care about the whole thing and you go to a country, you are bound to be sad. Because if you're focused on only one thing, anything, like I could even put that Japan, you love J-pop, you're gonna meet your J-pop stuff, anime. Life is not an anime. Japan has a lot of things to like and dislike. It's not up to discussion. It's just you need to know a lot.
I was actually one of those girls that like my whole room was K-pop. Everything, I watched almost every drama that came out. I was one of that. No, but like that's how I got like really hooked on it, and I was like, I really want to go to Korea. But I didn't come to Korea for that reason. I came to Korea because I wanted to go to many countries, and Korea was the one I felt most connected, where I could
You were thinking of starting here.
Correct. It wasn't like, oh my god, I'm gonna meet my oppa and like I'm gonna go. No.
He's gonna use that for the intro, right?
Nope.
It was more of like, I see my future here, working towards my goal here. If you're coming here for like traveling, visiting, it's okay. But if you're coming here just for the basis of you're like obsessed with K-pop or K-dramas, you will be heartbroken because you'll find out that the majority of the people here are not obsessed with K-pop and are not obsessed with K-dramas. And that's what makes me change because normal people don't care that much about it anymore. It's more of like the outside, the foreigners that are really, really digging onto that culture than the Korean people.
But it helps to, at the same time, it helps
it gets you to know
spread
it,
it.
great.
Yeah, it spreads
It's a
all
great
over the
means
world.
of getting people to know about Korea. So like, yes, Hallyu Wave is a great means of people to get to know all the issues, the good and the bad about Korea, because people didn't know. To be honest, I'm guilty when people like 20 years ago were like, sorry, I'm old. 20 years ago we're like, Korea. I'm like, oh, India, a lot of sand, camels. I had no idea what Korea was. I had no idea. So like, I am guilty, but because of the Hallyu Wave, people get to know where it is on the map. So you get to educate people. So I think it's a really positive thing. It is dangerous to only believe that one thing and just like,
So from the US perspective, there was a like kind of a golden time where people weren't at each other's throats as much and everything was like kind of fitting in. The 90s music era was like beautiful, right? I'm not saying that I was an NSYNC like fan.
You said it though.
Yeah. No, but you get my point, right? Like the boy band like era that came out in like the 90s influenced a lot of. And if you look at K-pop in general, it is very much
A better version of like boy
better
band.
version of like 90s American boy bandish pop.
So people who relate, people who liked it then can relate.
So like the older crowd who liked that likes it here. The younger crowd obviously liked it because they like it then and they like it now. You got these gorgeous boys doing these gorgeous women doing it, talented. And so I think it's a very positive thing. And plus, it's less selfish than what you see other countries might be doing with their music, right? So a lot of countries go in with, well, you got to be a solo act. It's just you. It's all about the individual. Where, well, Japan also has
They're
that
trying to
group
promote the
thing.
country itself.
Right,
So
but
I
then
like
K-pop
that.
is very much about like we're enjoying everybody's company. We're good as a band, even though we have 7 people, 8 people.
But I understand, but like I think the Korean government has some kind of guilt because they're trying to show Korea only through K-dramas and K-pop, while Korea is
mean, that's
something
fair.
more. Like you should also, I don't know, show the places, the cities, the culture, the
This
food.
is where I think the misunderstanding is, because in the K-dramas and in that, a lot of them are historical, a lot of them are educational, and that's how I learned a lot about Korea before actually coming here.
They do put some focus on like specific themes. Yeah, I think more than other countries, they do represent a lot of what's the reality.
To that point, should BTS serve in the Korean military? And I think that's a very like interesting topic.
I think they shouldn't, but I think they will.
It shouldn't be forced. It should
I
be
think they should.
mandatory.
I think they should because it's the rules. And then I also think that like they kind of recycle like talent very quickly. I will say, because I have my personal opinions about like service to the country, whatever, but I do acknowledge that that band has done so much for this country, and I think the service that they've already done should qualify.
That's the thing. For like all the Sonsu from the Olympics, they have done just as much.
But let's hear a Korean point of view. So if you see these people, like the K-pop fans running at you and like, what would you think about them? Like, are you okay, or do you think they're pathetic? Because I think they're pathetic.
No.
But that's okay. But I mean, if she is here only because of that, that's the problem. Because she's not embracing a culture; she's embracing a dream.
I mean, if you're open to learning, even if you come on the wrong, like not the wrong.
Everything has a reason to start. So I think it's okay.
If you stop there, that's the issue.
Everybody comes for the wrong reasons, but they stay for the correct ones.
Aww, this is how you end your video.
Like people might come to Korea for the bad reasons. If they once they see it and they don't like it or whatever it is, then they tend to leave. But if they stay for the right one.
I came for a girl.
I came because of skincare.
What we're trying to say is the K-wave is real, it exists, and Korea, because of it, became a big country.
Yeah. But please don't come to Korea only to find your oppa.
Don't come to Korea to find
Come to Korea to find your foreign
Do not get an E6 visa. Thank you so much.
Thanks for coming.
Ah.